Anderson's 1-2. Got him! 11-game winning streak for your Milwaukee Brewers as they shut out the Mariners 6-0 in Seattle.
From MLB.com, this is the Morning Lineup Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Kastrovitz. Today is Tuesday, July 22nd, and it's a day to celebrate the mid-season surges that have led to some unexpected inhabitants of first place in both the NL Central and the AL East. Speaking of unexpected, a game ended in Philly in a way you've probably never seen before. And an Orioles reliever had a pitching line that you've definitely never seen before. We'll cover all of that and more in about 10 minutes or less. Let's get to it. The Brewers lost on opening day, and the game after that, and the game after that, and the game after that. They started out 0-4 and had been outscored 47-15. Parlayed with an uninspiring offseason in which they lost one of their best players in Willy Adames to free agency and traded one of their best pitchers in Devin Williams, the odds of an NL Central championship repeat seem dim. But here we are. It's July 22nd, and the Brewers, believe it or else, have the best record in baseball. The Brewers reported for duty in Seattle on Monday night, coming off their second sweep of the Dodgers this month, and they were also riding a 10-game winning streak overall. You know about the Miz, Jacob Misiorowski, and his instant impact on this Brewers pitching staff. But the Brewers have a fantastic staff top to bottom, with Brandon Woodruff recently returning from shoulder surgery. They have a lineup that's not loaded with star power, but doesn't have a lot of outright holes either. And they keep pressure on their opponents with smart, aggressive base running. We saw it again on Monday night. In his third start of the season, Woodruff delivered 6 scoreless innings. And with the game in a scoreless tie in the top of the 6th, the Brew Crew erupted against Mariners starter George Kirby with a 4-run, 5-hit inning, highlighted by a double from Jackson Chourio.
How about Chourio? Center field, Rodriguez back, and it's off the top of the fence. Yelich sent around third. It's going to be a play at the plate. Young's throw is late. Yelich scores from first base. Chourio with an RBI double. It's 3-0.
Later, in a 2-run 8th, Christian Yelich reached for Chourio drove him in again. The Brewers' 6-0 win gave them their first 11-game winning streak since 2021. And more importantly, it pushed them past the Cubs, who got blasted 12-4 by the Royals and are now a game behind the Brewers in the NL Central. First place Brewers. Best record in baseball. Unbrew-lievable. A few weeks back, Blue Jays starter Kevin Gausman took to social media platform X and, as one does, posted that he's looking for a flamethrower. Not like a 105-mile-an-hour fastball tossing reliever, mind you, an actual flamethrower. Turns out Gausman was looking for the Blaze Blaster for some sort of post-game celebration that, I have to tell you, Kevin, doesn't sound like your best idea. It does not appear at this point that Gausman has acquired a flamethrower, and we know for sure that Gausman himself, with his 94-mile-an-hour fastball, is not a flamethrower by today's lofty standards. But he is an ace for this first-place Toronto team, and he proved it Monday night at Rogers Center. Just 3 weeks after the Jays dramatically swept the Yankees at home to take over the AL East top spot, the Yanks are already back in town. And in the opener of a 3-game set, Gausman's 7 innings of 1-run ball with 8 strikeouts stood out.
And he got him. Strikeout number 8. 7 great innings for Gausman.
The Blue Jays were trailing 1-0 in the 5th when Bo Bichette came up with 2 runners on and got them going.
And this is hooked to left field, and it's into the corner. Springer is in to score. Guerrero is getting the wave. And he'll come into a 2-run double for Bichette to give the Blue Jays the lead.
That sparked a 4-run inning, and the Jays never looked back in a 4-1 victory. They now have a 4-game lead on the Yankees, have won 4 in a row overall, and have now won a franchise record 11 straight games at home. It has been a stunning mid-season surge for this Toronto team, and it should make the Blue Jays one of the most aggressive teams at the trade deadline. Maybe they'll even bring in a flamethrower. Coming up, how did the Phillies win last night? There's a catch. That's after the break. Entering Monday's series opener at home against the Red Sox, the Phillies had dropped 3 straight series, putting up pedestrian offensive numbers along the way. They had ace and Cy Young hopeful Zach Wheeler on the hill against the Sox, and he gave them 6 strong innings. But they needed something more. They needed intervention? No. They needed interruption? No, not that either. They needed, interference. It happened, as many fun things do, in extra innings. It was the bottom of the 10th. The game was tied at 2. The bases were loaded and there were none out. Edmundo Sosa came to bat, and when Sosa checked his swing on a 1-2 pitch from Jordan Hicks, the result was something we hadn't seen in decades.
That pitch just a bit outside.
That catcher's interference?
That's a good question. The Phillies are going to look at it. Mike Dellitri went running off his chair.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. There is catcher's interference.
Wow! The Phillies have wanted a catcher's interference.
Well, tag your bags.
Baseball is amazing.
Because Sosa's bat nicked Carlos Narvaez's outstretched glove, the Phillies, with the 3-2 victory, became the first team to win a game on a walk-off catcher's interference since the Dodgers' Willie Crawford drew an interference call against Hall of Famer Johnny Bench in an August 1st, 1971 victory over the Reds. That wasn't the only bizarre historic happening Monday night. How about this line from Orioles reliever Corbin Martin in Cleveland? 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 home run, 1 hit by pitch, and 1 balk. All ones. It was the only time someone has recorded that pitching line since earned runs became an official stat in 1913. Truly, one of a kind. It was also part of a losing effort as Jose Ramirez reached the 20-homer, 20-steal milestone for the 7th time in his career in the Guardians' 10-5 win. The only players with more 20-homer, 20-steal seasons were Barry and Bobby Bonds with 10 apiece and Bobby Abreu with 9. Speaking of historic performances, how about Paul Skeens? He went 6 scoreless at a 3-0 win over the Tigers at PNC Park to lower his ERA to 1.91. That's the best among MLB qualifiers by 28 points. In his career, Skeens now has a 1.94 ERA, the lowest in the live ball era for a pitcher through 44 career starts. Elsewhere in MLB on Monday, in just his 5th MLB game, Astros rookie Bryce Matthews hit his first home run and then added another in a 6-3 win over the Diamondbacks. Arizona trade candidate Eugenio Suarez went deep for the 5th time in the last 3 games. The beauty of being Shohei Ohtani is you can give up a leadoff home run to Byron Buxton in the top of the 1st inning, but then hit a home run yourself, a 2-run shot to be exact, in the bottom of the 1st. The last pitcher to give up and hit a homer in the 1st inning of a game was the Phillies' Randy Lurch way back in 1979. Ohtani did it in a 5-2 win over the Twins. The Mets brought catcher Francisco Alvarez back up from AAA, and he doubled and scored 2 runs in a 7-5 win over the Angels. The Padres improved to 10 games over 500 with their 2-1 win over the Marlins. The Ronald Acuna Jr. show continued in Atlanta, where Acuna's mad dash from first to home on a Drake Baldwin single was a jaw-dropping moment in the Braves' 9-5 win over the reeling Giants. Not only did the Royals beat up on the Cubs, but they're reportedly going to make fans of a certain age happy by calling up 45-year-old Rich Hill. That's all for the morning lineup today, but here's a fun one for you tonight. The Brewers will put their 11-game winning streak on the line with the aforementioned Miz, Jacob Mizorowski, on the mound in Seattle in a 9:40 Eastern Time, 6:40 local time game against the Mariners. This will be the Miz's first start since his stellar scoreless inning in the All-Star game, and he'll be going up against 2024 All-Star Logan Gilbert. You can also check out the MLB.TV free game of the day when the Diamondbacks host the Astros at 9:40 Eastern, 6:40 local. Matt Monaghan will be back tomorrow to recap all that and more. Until then, thanks for listening. Please be sure to leave us a rating and review, share this episode with the baseball lovers in your life, and enjoy the games today.